Ladies and gentlemen, it seems I still gotta talk, so let me talk my talk. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tough Love. I am yours truly, Mario J. It's like I keep on getting tagged and stuff. People keep on sending me stuff. As you can see right here on the screen, Daunte Wright, another man, young man, that was killed by the police. And it's so interesting. I had this conversation with a friend of mine who is a police officer. She gave me her spiel on the whole situation. I want to play some commentary for you guys. A few videos. I'm gonna let them things run, and then I'm gonna come back at the end and we're gonna talk about this particular situation. Okay, we're gonna talk about this situation. I think it's very unfortunate that we even have to have these types of conversations, but we have to do what we got to do. You understand? It's very important that we have these type of conversations. So let me go ahead and get this thing underway. Here we go.
Say his name. His name is Daunte Wright. I don't know, guys. Let's just get into the video. So the latest victim of police killing a black man is 20-year-old Daunte Wright. 20-year-old Daunte Wright was killed yesterday, April 11, 2021, by the Brooklyn Center Police Department in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, just about 20 miles away from where George Floyd was killed. When Daunte was pulled over, Daunte called his mom, and he was being pulled over for the air fresheners in his car. Not only was he on the phone with his mom witnessed his murder. So just before 2 p.m., officers pulled over a driver for a traffic violation and determined that the driver had an outstanding warrant. The Brooklyn Center Police Department said in a statement, officers tried to arrest the driver. Air fresheners in his car. Not only was he on the phone with his mom witnessed his murder. So just before 2 p.m., officers pulled over a driver for a traffic violation and determined that the driver had an outstanding warrant. The Brooklyn Center Police Department said in a statement, officers tried to arrest the driver, but he re-entered the vehicle, the police said. One officer discharged their firearm, striking the driver, the statement said. The vehicle then traveled several blocks before striking another vehicle. In a recent press conference with the Brooklyn Center Police Chief Tim Gannon, he told reporters that he believes that the officer who fatally shot 20-year-old Daunte Wright meant to fire a taser. The police chief also said that the officer is currently on administrative leave. Take a look at this very graphic dash cam video. Viewer discretion is advised.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you just saw what I just saw. I don't know if you just saw what I just saw. I gotta rewind this. I gotta rewind this because this is absolutely ridiculous. Okay. I just shot him. This woman, this police officer was screaming taser, 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 and did not realize that she pulled her gun. Did not realize that she pulled her gun. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say something right here. We talk about police brutality. We talk about police reform. We talk about things that are happening in our communities. I mean, all around, what I'm saying, that involved police. And my thought process here is, are the police trained to handle these type of situations when they escalate? Because these are split-second reactions that's going to take somebody's life if you are not in control. Split-second decisions. Now, a few viewers, shout out to my Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube followers, the Tough Love family. A few viewers said that he shouldn't have got back in the car. Why did he run to the car? And my thought process is this. Okay, you're running to the car, getting into a tussle with the police officer. First of all, your partner is right there. While you're screaming taser, 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 I want you guys to understand something. Her partner was right there. So when she shot this man, this young boy, she put her partner at risk as well. And not even understand. First of all, you wasn't the one tussling with him. So there's no excuses to be made. There are a lot of people making excuses. There are a lot of people saying, well, what about this and what about that? My thought process is, if my young son runs to the vehicle, right? We know that, hey, you probably shouldn't be running to the vehicle. We got that. But we're not thinking that's going to cost you your life. We're not thinking that's going to cost you your life. And what's so crazy about it is, if you look at Daunte, I mean, he's not a real huge guy. The officer that was tussling with him, I mean, if anything, they were equally matched, equally yoked. So I'm about to piss somebody off. I'm trying to figure out how this officer, the person that is trained to protect and serve, how do you now decide that I am going to pull out my gun, my service weapon, and I'm going to now scream taser, 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 and then shoot him? Oh my God, I shot him. How do you explain this to the mother and the father of this young man? As you can see right here, he's being apprehended. I'm gonna let this play one more time. This is it's not only unfortunate, but it's very disturbing. It's very disturbing. And I do believe that, you know what I'm saying, we should have some type of course or class in regards to how to respond to police officers. I think that is one of the biggest things that's missing right now in reference to how do you deal with police officers? What are the do's and don'ts? Because a lot of people, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, there are not a lot of people teaching their children the do's and don'ts when it comes to the police officer. Hey, they just say try to avoid them at all costs, right? But there are not a lot of people breaking down the do's and don'ts when it comes to police officers. Now, somebody would say, and rightfully so, hey, you know that you don't run from the police. But what happens when you're not accustomed to someone pulling a gun out on you? What happens when you're not accustomed to that? What happens when you're not accustomed to someone saying, you know what, hey, we're taking you to jail? Uh-oh. What happens when you're not used to being victimized? Uh-oh, I'm talking my shit. What happens when you're not used to being treated like a suspect? God, I'm about to piss somebody off. What happens when you're not used to being objectified or treated like a criminal? Well, it's fight or flight. Let me get the hell up out of here. Let me get somewhere where my mama at, my daddy at. I'm just saying. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. We are having a very serious conversation about this young man, Daunte Wright. My condolences to his family. This just happens to be a situation where it's ridiculous. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replay this video for you guys. For the guys just coming in, I think it's fair. So that way you guys can join the conversation as well. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. Here we go.
Air fresheners in his car. Not only was he on the phone with his mom witnessed his murder. So just before 2 p.m., officers pulled over.
I want y'all to go with me on a journey real quick. Can you imagine being on the phone with your child, dealing with police officers, and hear your child get shot? Listen to your child die? I know it's a lot of people doing a lot of commentary, and we always listening to, hey, this might be a little ratchet. This might be a little political. We need to fucking have a real conversation, folks. Can you imagine listening to your child die? Can you imagine that? And then having to be the police officer that says, I shot your child by mistake. My bad. That's on me, dog. Shit is scary. Shit is fucking scary. Exactly. Traumatizing. But not only that, man, you lose faith in law enforcement. You lose respect for law enforcement. When you see things like this, we know it's not every goddamn police officer, so don't come over here with that bullshit. We know that it's a few bad apples, but we also know it's a few good apples as well. But we're talking about the bad apples right now, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about your child being taken away from you in a manner that makes no sense. You are trained to escalate and de-escalate. Exactly. Running from the police should not be a death sentence. But again, I just mentioned this. If your child is not accustomed to dealing with police, it's fight or flight. Hey, I'm in a risky situation. Let me get the fuck out of here. I'm scared. I'm nervous. I don't know. Hey, listen. You know what's so crazy? Because you can get a warrant for your arrest by the simplest shit. By a traffic violation, missing court. Like, it's not anything heinous. So you can have a warrant for your arrest and really not know it. So my thought process is, here you have a young man who has a traffic violation or has a warrant for his arrest, and you decide to say, hey, you're going to jail, you're being arrested or whatever it can be. And my thought process, did it really take that? Like, could he just have drove to the local courthouse and handle what they need to handle, or went down to the police station or on his own? Hey, follow us to the police station or whatever. Like, do you have to be arrested? Could he been detained another way? Let me let this video play for you guys. This is a crazy thing.
Over a driver for a traffic violation and determined that the driver had an outstanding warrant. The Brooklyn Center Police Department said in a statement, officers tried to arrest the driver, but he re-entered the vehicle, the police said. One officer discharged their firearm, striking the driver, the statement said. The vehicle then traveled several blocks before striking another vehicle. In a recent press conference with the Brooklyn Center Police Chief Tim Gannon, he told reporters that he believes that the officer who fatally shot 20-year-old Daunte Wright meant to fire a taser. The police chief also said that the officer is currently on administrative leave. Take a look at this very graphic dash cam video. Viewer discretion is advised.
I want you to look at the stupidity here, ladies and gentlemen. This officer is screaming, I'm gonna tase you. I'm gonna tase you. First of all, you're already in a predicament where they're trying to get you, apprehend you, right? They're saying that you are guilty or suspected to be guilty of something. And look at where her partner is versus where she has this gun screaming, I'm going to tase you. I want y'all to see how ridiculous this shit is. I'm going to tase you. Now, here's my thought process. What are you looking at, lady? You don't know the difference between a gun and a taser? And then while you're pointing, first of all, your arms are erected straight at the assailant, right? Straight at the suspect. I want you to look at the fact that you mean to tell me that you don't see the gun in your hand? I'm just being real. Look at how close her partner was to this guy. And he's moving back and forth, so you really don't have a clear line of fire, right? And you're screaming, I'm going to tase you, as if that's going to slow down this tussle. Because normally when you have aggression, it doesn't slow down. You're going to match aggression with aggression. So this guy says, hey, I got this big guy on me. I'm wrestling with the police officer. And you now pull out your service weapon, point it into the car next to your partner, moving back and forth and screaming, I'm going to tase you. Suppose she would have shot her partner, especially from this angle with the body cam. Somebody thinks this was premeditated. I don't know. But the thing about it is, I want you to listen to her after she shoots him. The shit is crazy. And even the partner was like, you shot him? You shot him? Huh? What do you mean you shot him? Let me let it play.
Unfortunately, the BCA normally is present here during these types of conferences. But what I've understood is the releasing of video this early in a situation is not something that they condone. They leave it up to me to do that. And as I decided to do that, they're not part of this conversation. They're not part of this press conference at this time.
Why did you decide to do this today?
I felt the community needed to know what happened. They needed to see it. I needed to be transparent. And I want to be forthright. I had due respect to Daunte as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you why they released this video. This happened where George Floyd died at. They don't want the city to burn. They don't want the city to be destroyed. So now let me get this information out here. Let me say that the cop is on administrative leave. Hey, let me get in front of this story because I don't want to be fired. We've seen these police chiefs try to cover up the story. We've seen the police chiefs manipulate the story. And here it's clear that this young man was in his car wrestling with the police officer. I'm not saying that he was right. I'm not saying he was wrong. I'm just saying, hey, this is what the video footage showed. However, running to your car and trying to flee the scene, I guess, right? Do we now, here's the thing, shoot out the tires. Hold on now. Am I speaking too much common sense? Shoot out the tires. Don't shoot the damn driver, especially if you don't see no weapon. I'm just saying something to think about. But this guy is trying to save face. He's trying to save face. That's what he's doing right now. Trying to save face. This is not for Dante. This is for his job. This is to say, okay, well, let's hurry up and get in front of this before somebody else releases this, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But let me let this rock out. This is absolutely ridiculous. But we're going to go into some more videos in regards to police interactions. I have a young man that was standing on the side of the road. Police pulled over, decided that they wanted to harass him, per se, for standing on the side of the road waiting for the bus. Another video about a young lieutenant who was in the process of getting ready to deploy for the military, young Army lieutenant, and he was pulled over by the police. He failed to stop immediately. He drove to a well-lit area, which was about a mile away. He then pulled over, and from what the body footage shows, he was complying to a certain extent. However, the actions that transpired ended up saying, oh yeah, we can either tell your command, your Army chain of command, or we can let you go, no harm, no foul. But I want you to see what happened to him, and would you be upset or not? Now, in the process of this, he's supposed to have sued the police department. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna let this thing rock out. Here we go.
What's your name and badge number?
Cops tried to arrest a man
You're not trying to do nothing but harass him. You need a ride?
waiting at a bus stop.
I got you, my dude. Come on, fuck now. This gentleman was standing here at the bus stop, minding his own business, and this cop just decided to pull him over, or pull over rather. Sir, he did something illegal? He did something illegal? He did something illegal? He's waiting for the bus. Is he suspected of a crime? What's your name and badge number? Why did you stop him? I know where I can stand at.
Don't be interrupting my investigation.
I'm not interrupting your investigation. No, I'm not. Has he been suspected of a crime? What investigation?
Is it just me that more and more people just don't? I don't know what's wrong with these officers. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't know. Like, first of all, what investigation? Like, why are you throwing that out there? Why are you even using that verbiage? Like, what investigation? You understand what I'm saying? It's like, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And I want you guys to see this play out, because here's the thing. When you have people that are ignorant, they lack knowledge, they just say anything. And I truly believe that, that when you have a certain level of power, right? Because you're a police officer, you have a certain level of power. But with that power, you should exercise a certain level of restraint. Now, I know that we're all human. I know that we all have bad days, but that is not the type of job that you need to misuse your authority. Because when you misuse authority, you can't expect people to respect the authority that you have if you're misusing it. And I want you guys to see how this thing plays out, because to me, I just felt like it was totally unnecessary and totally not needed.
Sir, you don't have to answer any questions. None.
Let him speak.
I'm a citizen. I'm a free American.
All right? Let
Okay?
him speak.
You have no constitutional right to stop this gentleman. He's at the bus stop, a public
What
place.
you are doing, and you're interfering of my investigation, which is a jailable offense in the state.
What investigation? What crime has he been suspected of committing? You took an oath to the Constitution, sir.
That's right, sir. We sure did.
So respect it. Respect the Constitution. I'm a tax-paying citizen just like you. Just like you, sir.
I did it. Probably better if you understand that.
Well, you have a duty to uphold that Constitution. This gentleman is on his way in free passage. You have no reason to stop him.
He's standing out in the middle of the road, sir.
Oh, he has free passage. He's not been suspected of committing any crime. Sir, you don't have to give him your name, dude. At all. You don't have to tell him nothing. My dude, you need a ride? You need a ride? I got you, my dude. Come on, fuck now. Come on. Judge Grady will get a motherfucking complaint on all three of you. Whoever the fuck it is gonna get a complaint on all three of you clowns. I was waiting for you to do something to him. Go on about your business. Go fuck with somebody who's committing a crime. Go fuck with somebody who's committing a crime. You don't know who I am. You will find out when you get the report. You. You're not trying to do nothing but harass him. You don't even know what's going on. You pulled up when you seen this.
So here's the thought process, ladies and gentlemen. These officers need to shut the fuck up. Now, I'm just being honest with you. Why does it take three people to respond to one person talking to you? That's the problem. There's no common sense here, ladies and gentlemen. There's no common sense. I don't need 16 people to talk to one person. It's one citizen who is basically recording the stop, right? Everyone's screaming investigation. There was no investigation. So my thought process is, okay, well, one, you can ignore him. You don't have to talk to this guy who's recording and saying, you know what? Now I don't agree with, fuck him and this. All of that to me is unnecessary. But the fact of the matter is, it doesn't take three officers to talk back. Oh yeah, I know the Constitution probably better than you. You don't even know this man. You don't even know this man. But you're assuming he's a nobody because he stopped and now recording you and this interaction. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, you have the right to stand wherever the hell you want to stand. If he's waiting for the bus, then he's waiting for the goddamn bus. And unless you wanted to give him a ride, then carry on. I'm just being real. And it doesn't look good that you have three white officers pull up on this one black guy and you're saying, what? What are you saying? If you're not going to give him a ride, keep going. Hey, shit, you waiting for the bus? Hey, I'm going that way. I'm hopping the back. I'm going that way. Protect and serve. Protect and serve. Render aid. It's just crazy to assume that you know the Constitution better than him, and I'm gonna talk back to him. Like, bro, do your job. Once you found out he was waiting for the bus, what more conversation is there to have? But it's like they really wanted to do. This is the problem that I have when people misuse their authority. They really wanted to do something to the guy that was holding the camera. They really wanted to do something to him. Which is crazy. You're impeding on my investigation. Sir, what investigation? They couldn't answer that. They're throwing out the Constitution. I probably know it better than you. How do you know that? And why do your facts matter and no one else's facts matter? You did exactly. Shaking my head. It's sad the world we live in. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, have your T's crossed and your I's dotted when you're dealing with law enforcement. Because this is crazy. 3 people stopped for one guy, and neither one of them gave him a ride. Don't ask me exactly. Don't ask me my name. Don't ask me where I'm going. I have the right to stand here. You did more to block traffic than I did by standing here waiting for the bus. I'm just saying common sense. Goddamn. That's ridiculous. Don't let this shit play out, man. This is ridiculous.
This clown stopped. So go on about your business. All 3 of you. Now. Go. You're obstructing traffic in my road that I pay taxes for. Go on. That's what you're doing. You're free to leave. Driver, roll the window down.
This is definitely a lot to unpack. I'm gonna let the video play, and then I'm gonna give my commentary somewhere towards the middle. I just want you guys to see. This is the lieutenant that was getting ready to, I guess, on his way, getting ready to deploy. Army lieutenant, second lieutenant, so he's new to the military, preferably. And these are the two police officers that decided to pull him over based on the fact that he did not have his license. I believe it was a new vehicle, that's why. But he didn't have his license inside where the license placard goes. He had it actually displayed in the window, where normally when you get new vehicles or whatever, they throw it up there on the side as well. So again, another situation that went totally left. I want to let this play out for you guys so you can see it. Here we go.
Felony traffic stop. Put your hands out the window. Put your hands out the window. Turn the vehicle off. Put your hands out the window. I can't tell. Put your hands out the window and turn the vehicle off. Put your hands out the window. He's not complying, Joe. Come around your side. Let me see your hands. How many occupants are in the vehicle?
What's going on?
How many occupants are in your vehicle?
It's only myself. Why are your weapons drawn? What's going on?
Open the door slowly and step out. Open the door.
I'm not getting out the vehicle. What's going on?
Get out the car. Open the door slowly and get out.
What's going on?
Get out of the car now. Open the door and get out the car.
Hold. Keep your hands outside the window. Keep your hands outside the window.
My hands are right here. What's going on?
Get out of the car now.
Get out of the car.
What's going on?
Get out of the car now. Get out of the car now.
I'm serving this country and this is how I'm treated?
Yo, what? Guess what? I'm a veteran too. I don't know, babe. Get out of the car.
What's going on?
Get out of the car now.
What's going on?
What's going on? You're fixing to ride the lightning, son.
I'm sorry, what?
Get out of the car now.
What's going
Get out of
on?
the car now. Get out of the car.
Sir, just get out the car. Work with us and we'll talk to you. Get out the car.
You received an order. Obey it.
I'm honestly afraid to get out. Can I?
Yeah, you should be. Get out.
What's
Get
going
out.
on? What
Get
did
out
I
the
do?
car.
Get out
I
now.
have not committed any crimes.
You're being stopped for a traffic violation. You're not cooperating at this point right now. You're under arrest.
For a traffic-
You're being detained. Okay? You're being detained for
For a
obstruction of justice.
traffic violation, I do not have to get out the vehicle. You haven't even told me
Really?
why I'm being stopped.
Really?
Get your hands.
Get out of the car now. Get out of the car.
Get your hands off me,
Get out.
please. Get your hands off me.
You know what?
Get your hands off me.
Not
Get
a
your
problem.
hands off me.
Back up there.
I didn't do anything. Don't do that.
Sir,
Get out of the car
Don't do
now.
that.
Hey, sir,
Get out of the car now.
Don't do.
Look.
I'm trying.
Okay, y'all. I'm about to piss somebody off, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, salute to all my military veterans out there, those who have served, those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice, and those that are currently serving. Salute, salute, salute. Salute to all the police officers doing the right thing, protecting and serving and not misusing their power. Salute, salute, salute. But let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, I understand that when you stop someone at nighttime, that could be some scary shit. This man could have all types of guns, knives, be all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? When you looked at the vehicle, you didn't see the license plate, where the license plate placard is. Got it? Okay, cool. Let's stop the vehicle. Hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. Let's talk about it. You wanted to check to make sure that the person that was operating the vehicle was the owner, or at least the person that was operating the vehicle knew the owner. I got that. I'm cool with that. Okay? You wanted to make sure that no one was being held against their will. Okay, cool. I like that. I'm with it. I'm with it. However, right? The gentleman decides when you got behind him to continue to drive to a well-lit area. There are not a lot of people getting the do's and don'ts when it comes to police. There are not a lot of people having this conversation. I don't know if it needs to be a class in school, because they teach you how to be employees in school. We know that, right? The general public, the consensus is we're going to teach you how to go work for someone else, not to work for yourself, not to be an entrepreneur. We're not going to teach you about stocks. We're not going to teach you about traveling. We ain't going to teach you about the good life. We're going to teach you how to be a 9-to-5. But my question is, should there be some type of class for the do's and don'ts of law enforcement? Because those people that have never encountered law enforcement don't know what the fuck to do when they get stopped by the law. And I know people saying, well, shit, it's not rocket science. But here's the thing. When they stopped them, they already had their guns out. They already had their guns drawn. But here's what happens, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you see the man is obviously in the military. That's a military uniform. But you don't know if he's active in the military. Okay, cool. Got it. Well, let's see how this plays out. Because a lot of people said, you know what? If he would have just complied, this thing wouldn't have escalated. When they said, hey, put your arms out the window, there's only one way to put your arms out the window, and that is complying. So the question is, did he comply or did he not? When they were giving simple commands, was he following simple commands? My thought process is this, though, ladies and gentlemen. When he says, what are you stopping me for? What's going on? Hey, I'm stopping you because X, Y, and Z. Now, according to the police officer, he stopped him because he did not see the license plate in the where the license plate placard is. He did not see it. So can you imagine? See, I'm a little too smart for this, y'all. I'm a little too good at what I'm doing. Because here's the thing. Once he said, hey, what's going on? You have the upper hand by having two guns on him. So if you say, I'm stopping you because I did not see the license plate where in the license plate placard, I did not see it. He then can say the license plate is up at the top of the damn window. He then can respond to you accordingly. You understand what I'm saying? He then can respond to you if that was your sole purpose for stopping him, which it was supposed to be. And normally when you get new cars, they just, they tape it. Because if it's a paper placard, they just tape it to the back of the window or whatever case may be. Now I do know that in some states they have different things going on, but when they don't have that plastic covering, so that way it doesn't get messed up, they just tape it to the back of your window and just wait for your plates to come in the mail. That's not a death sentence though. But what was so crazy to me was, instead of just telling him, this is why I'm stopping you, you say nothing. As a police officer, you say nothing. Hey, I'm stopping you because I did not see the placard that was supposed to be where it's supposed to be. I did not see it. So he can tell you, identify where it is. It's crazy. And my thought process is too, why does he have to get out the vehicle? I don't understand that. Why does he have to get out the vehicle? What can he not provide for you outside the vehicle, inside the vehicle, that you want him to get outside the vehicle? As long as his hands is visible, right? I would say, hey, put one hand out the window, roll down your windows. Okay, put your hand out the window. How many occupants? I would have asked those questions. How many occupants are in the vehicle? Okay, cool. Do you have any firearms in the vehicle? If you do have firearms, what I want to do is I want to separate you from your firearm. That would be a reason to get you out the vehicle. God damn, I'm about to piss somebody off. That makes sense. They did not know he had firearms in the vehicle. So there was no reason for him to get out the vehicle. As long as they said, hey, I'm the only one in here, me and my dog. Okay, hold on. Okay, I don't know if the dog is in a cage. I don't know if the dog bite. I don't know what the dog is. So again, what I want to do is, first of all, I want to get information on the dog. Is the dog in a cage? Is the dog in the back? Where's the dog? Because I want to know what is going on. My thing about it, it was no questions. Because here's the thing. Suppose he would have opened that damn that door and the dog would have just jumped out and tore that police ass up. I want y'all to think about this. Think about that. Would have just tore that goddamn police officer up. Let's go further into this. This is interesting.
I'm trying to talk to you.
Okay.
I'm trying to
I'm
talk.
gonna get out.
Just
Get out of
relax.
the car.
Can you please
Get out.
relax? Can
Get
you
out.
please relax?
Get out of the car right now.
This is not how you treat a veteran. I'm actively serving this country, and this is how you're gonna treat me.
Back up, nigga.
I didn't do
Back
anything.
up.
Whoa, hold on.
Back
What's
up.
going? Hold on. Watch. Watch it.
Air 4 RCs deployed. Get out of the car. Get out of the car now.
That's fucked up. That's fucked
Get out
up.
of the car now. Sir, just get out of the car.
I'm trying to breathe.
Get out of the car now.
That's fucked up. That's really fucked up.
Get out of the car.
Ladies and gentlemen, this officer, this guy up here at the top right, still has not identified why he needs to get out the car. He has not asked him, do we have any occupants in the vehicle? He did not ask him, did he have any weapons in the vehicle? So again, why does he have to get out the car? Why does he have to get out the car? I want any fucking officer right now that is looking at this shit right now and hearing my goddamn voice. Why does he have to get out the car? He didn't tell him roll down all the windows so you can have visibility. I don't know if you guys understand, but here's the thing. It's called a line of sight. You have no visibility. You don't know why you telling him get out the car, you don't know what the fuck he got in that back seat or who he got in that back seat. So rightfully so, to prevent death, you want to have visibility. Roll the windows down. Put your arms, put your hands out of the vehicle so I can see them. Do not make any sudden moves. And then you approach the vehicle. All right, you have your partner provide cover, and you move closer to the vehicle. Once you see, hey, his hands is out, he's in the car alone, I'm still going to ask, do you have any weapons in the vehicle? Okay, cool. Where is the weapon located? Okay, understood. So for my safety and yours, keep your hands outside the vehicle. There's no way in hell, okay, that he's going to be able to shoot you. Jesus Christ. That he's going to be able to, like he quick draw McGraw. Like, let me pull my hands back so fast and then pull a gun on you or whatever it be. Now, again, once he said he had weapons in the car, hey, sir, for my safety and yours, would you exit the vehicle? That would be a reason to separate him from the vehicle, separate him from his weapon. That makes sense. That makes sense. But to demand that he gets out the car just right off the bat, it makes no sense for a traffic violation. That's crazy. You're exactly right. It's about having power. It's about me talking to you and talking at you and not treating you like a person. Ladies and gentlemen, let me explain something. That police officer, okay, works for a department. Okay? Okay, a small department. That means that he has a certain level of jurisdiction. That if he goes to another state, guess what? He don't run shit. He can't make no fucking arrest. However, that military guy, that's an international uniform. So the same way his rank works there, it works whether he's in Chicago, Detroit, Iraq, Afghanistan. That's an international and well-respected uniform. Now, if you look at the hierarchy, now both of these men are protecting and serving at different levels. And there should be a level of respect. Get out the car. For what, sir? For what? If you can see my hand. See, here's the thing. All the things, I seen Brandon Tatum. I seen a couple people talking about the situation or whatever, which, I find interesting that Brandon Tatum, being a former police officer, did not say it so. But again, the direction that the officer was giving this soldier made no sense. I want to have visibility. Obviously, the vehicle is tinted windows. I want to be able to see inside your vehicle. How many occupants do you have? Do you have any weapons inside the vehicle? These are very important questions that I did not hear this police officer say. However, he is screaming, get out the car. And as you can see, he's standing right in front of this guy, right? Didn't ask for a driver's license, didn't ask for a registration, didn't ask for any of that. And he pepper sprays him. So now, of course, you see it on his face. He got in his eye. I don't know if you guys understand how pepper spray works, but the more air that hits it, the more ignited it gets. It's a mist, and that mist is now all inside that vehicle. So any living thing that's in that vehicle is now having this gasping of air, this cough, this I can't breathe, this panic. Because if you've never been sprayed before and you're gasping for air, it's definitely discombobulating. It definitely is going to cause you to be like, oh my God, and panic. I want you to look at the rest of this video. Check this out.
I don't even want to reach my seatbelt. Can you
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car.
Can you please
Get out of the car now. Listen, take off your seatbelt and get out of the car.
Look, I'm just gonna please.
You're gonna do what you're told. Get out of the car.
Look,
Take your seatbelt off and get out.
Look.
Take your seatbelt off.
look, my hands are out.
Take your seatbelt off and get out
My
of the car.
hands are out.
Don't reach your hand. Don't reach your hand.
My hands are out. Please. Please, look. This is really messed up. My dog is in the back. My dog is choking right
Get
now.
out of the car. Take your seatbelt off. What are you, a specialist? What are you?
I'm a lieutenant.
Lieutenant, get out of the car. Take your
And this is funny as well, because he thought automatically that he was a low-ranking guy in the military. What are you, a specialist, a corporal? How demeaning is that? Sir? How about sir? How about sir? If you can't identify the rank, sir, get out the car. Sir, remove your seatbelt. Sir, put your hands out the window. Sir, there's still a line of respect that should be happening. There should be a line of respect. Because if you're just stopping him for a damn license plate not being there, think about it. He's still a sir. He has not committed any crime. He's not a criminal, right? It's crazy. A badge and a gun.
seatbelt off and get out of the car. You made this way more than it had to be if you just complied. Get out of the car.
I'm reaching for my seatbelt.
Fine. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. Straight onto the ground. Straight onto the ground. Ma'am.
Is your commanding
Get
officer
down.
available?
Let's go.
Is your commanding
Let's
officer
go.
available?
Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Please talk to
Get
me
on the
about
ground
what's
now.
going on.
Get on the ground and you're getting sprayed again. Get on the ground.
Can you please talk to me about what's
Get on the ground. Get on the ground now.
Can you please talk to me
Get on
about
the ground.
what's
Get on the
going on?
ground.
Ladies and gentlemen, I understand why an officer would put someone on the ground, but I want you guys to see how retarded this is. First of all, you just sprayed him. You know that the effects of pepper spray last anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes, depending on how much pepper spray actually got released. Okay, he was in a controlled environment. A controlled environment would be his car, right? So once you sprayed that in his car, he's now breathing in that shit. So he's gasping for air, right? So there's no reason to get on the ground, because guess what? He ain't going nowhere. He can't see shit. So what I would have did was say, hey, lean up against the car or put your hands on the car. So now your hands are stabilized and I'm allowing you to breathe. And then I would go into the whole position of, do you have any weapons in the car, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But getting on the ground makes no sense. That makes no sense. And again, you can see he's clearly in full uniform. He's an officer in the military. Crazy. Absolutely unnecessary. Absolutely retarded.
Talk to me about what's going on.
You're not.
Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Why am I being treated like this? Why?
You're not cooperating. Get on the ground.
Why am I being treated like this? This is really messed up. This is really messed up.
Sir, well, just
This is fucked up.
Sir.
This is fucked up.
Sir.
This is fucked up. You know this is fucked
Lay
up.
down. Lay on the ground. Just
You
lay
know
flat.
this is fucked
Lay
up.
flat for me, sir.
You know this is fucked up.
Sir, lay flat. Lay flat.
This is fucked up. I can't fucking believe I'm being treated like this. And I'm fucking
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Right there. Right there. What's that?
It's gum. What the fuck?
Get on the ground.
It's gum.
Hey, sir, can you just work with us?
Can I?
Just work with us. Lay down flat.
Oh, no.
Lay down flat. Lay down flat.
Sir,
This
lay
is
down.
really
I'm gonna
fucked
tased.
up.
Lay down. You're gonna
This
get
is
tased.
fucked up.
Lay down. You're gonna get tased.
Fucked up. This
All
is
right, now
fucked up.
put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
This is fucked up. This is fucked up.
I don't know if you guys caught that. He said, lay down or you're going to get tased. So I want you guys to think about this, right? You've already pulled your service weapon on him. You had two guns pointing at him, right? Then at point blank range, you spray him with pepper spray. Then you tell him lay on the ground in his uniform as if he works at a goddamn, he's a trash guy. You know what I'm saying? As if he's in a trash guy. Now I don't know about you guys, but you know, you need to look a certain type of way in your uniform. And I guarantee no one's just laying on the ground just to lay on the ground in a damn gas a gas parking lot. It's crazy. Lay on the ground for what? Handcuff me for what? You sprayed me. I'm not going anywhere. It's crazy. This is ridiculous.
I agree. All you gotta do is listen. All right. Hang on 3. One in custody.
This is fucked up. Can you open up the window for my dog? I hear him choking. Can you open up the window, please?
Yes. Yes, we will.
Stand up, okay? This is fucked up.
Is there any weapons on you, sir? Okay. Any weapons in the vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. What kind? Where in the at?
What kind of dog you got?
This is listen, police officers, I want you to hear this real quick. These guys are fucking idiots. They're idiots. Now you're asking him about weapons. You sprayed him, so he obviously can't see where he's shooting at. Fuck. Why didn't you ask him about weapons when he was in the vehicle? That would have been a great time to say, now, hey, we're going to separate you from the vehicle. That would have made sense. I believe he would have understood that, being a lieutenant in the fucking army. Let me separate you from your vehicle. You didn't even find out. First of all, he said, my dog is choking. You dumbasses, you don't even realize you left the door open. You don't know if the dog is loose in the car. You don't know what the status of that dog is. So while you're jumping up and down on his master, on the fucking dog owner, the dog could just come out there and bite you and blindside you. No control. These officers lack control. They lack control. Fucking idiots. No control. You don't know how many people in the car. You don't know what the status of the dog is. You don't know where the weapon is. You're just now asking him about some fucking weapons, and you should have asked him when you were standing in the front of the vehicle, which would have been a great fucking chance to say, oh, you have weapons in the vehicle. Okay, cool. Let me separate you from your weapons. I'm not going to throw no handcuffs on you and say anything crazy to you. You know, I just want to be, Lord, let me find out the status of the dog. Okay, the dog's in the cage. Okay, great. No fucking common sense.
He's mixed. He's a service animal.
Why didn't you just do as we asked, sir? Why didn't you just do as we asked? No, you weren't. You were not.
Oh my God, did y'all see that? Did y'all see him just go there and roll the windows down so that way he can have visibility? God damn! Jesus Christ! When the owner was in the vehicle, why didn't you have him roll down the windows then? Common sense. Jesus Christ. Retarded.
My partner put his blue lights on.
Yes.
You didn't stop.
I was pulling over to a well-lit area for my city and yours. I have respect for law enforcement.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No. Wrong answer, sir. If you did, we would not be in this situation right now. All right?
Get some water, please.
Absolutely.
So let me get it straight. He doesn't have respect for law enforcement because of what? I don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. This is crazy. And see, here's the thing. This is what I said when a person knows they have power. See, because let's just be real. He was a corporal in the Marines. Okay, he wasn't a gunny sergeant. Okay, he wasn't a senior high-ranking officer. The officer right there with the mustache to the right. Okay, the officer to the right says he's a veteran. He did 6 years in the Marines and he was a corporal. Okay, I want to set the tone here for you guys, right? So he didn't have that much power in the Marines. I want to set the tone for you guys, right? Right. He could have been in charge of some shit, but he wasn't the man in the Marines. You understand what I'm saying? So shout out to all my Marines out there. My little brother's Marine. But the fact of the matter is, he wasn't the man inside the Marines, right? So now he has an opportunity to arrest this officer, this Army officer who rightfully so would have outranked him anyway, that he would have had to salute. So this is my chance to rough you up. This is my chance to show you that I'm the man in charge. This is my chance to show you I'm the big dog. Because the first thing he assumed because of his skin color was, oh, you must be lower enlisted. So then he says, oh, you're an officer. Well, if he tells you he's an officer, guess what? He's still a citizen. And guess what you should be doing? Saying, sir. Sir, get on the ground. Sir, put your hands out the window. Sir, X, Y, and Z. It was all about power. It had nothing to do with it. I mean, it didn't have anything to do with him being an officer of the law. He's going to say that this man serving the country. You serve the city, you serve the state. Okay, as a police officer, got it. But this man who's serving the country, who's fighting enemies both foreign and domestic, who are losing brothers and sisters in Iraq, in Afghanistan, shit, in Kuwait. I'm going to treat you like you ain't shit. And then say how you escalated the problem, how you brought this on yourself. And no one has been able to explain to me why he had to be removed from the vehicle if you did not know anything about weapons, you did not know anything about other occupants, because when you listen to the video, the police officers never asked him how many people are in the vehicle, never told him to roll down his windows, never asked him did he have any weapons in the vehicle. And this is a seasoned guy. The guy with the mustache, the bald-headed police officer, is a seasoned guy. The other guy that you see the hand of, he's a rookie. Two dummies. Just dumb. What type of dog do you got? Well, you should have asked, were there any other occupants in the vehicle? And once he would have said a dog, is the dog locked up? Is the dog confined? Because you just left that damn door open and now he can come bite your ass. I do believe it was racial profiling. The guy was in a nice vehicle. I don't know what part of town that was. right? You didn't see the placard where the placard's supposed to go, so you're gonna pull him over. But you know, if you work in law enforcement, hey, if the placard's not there, if it's visible, then you should be good. I'm just trying to figure out why it wasn't visible. But at no point in time are they explaining to this guy, this is why we're stopping you, because he could have easily said right here and there, the placard's up to the top right, the placard's in the middle, the placard's here. I just got the vehicle. No common sense. And then he says you brought this on yourself. I want y'all to watch how this plays out. I'm gonna be quiet.
Sit right on this curb right here. Turn around.
Come sit on this curb.
Walk backwards. Walk backwards.
You know, can you open up the window for my dog?
I got him.
I am choking. I got him all in.
We already opened it.
I'm gonna go grab a bottle of water.
Sit down on the
All right,
curb.
Joe. You good with that?
Yeah. Sit on the curb. Sit down right there.
Can I get a bottle of water? Hey, what's up? OC?
You want a cup of water?
Whatever. I'll come back and pay for it. I'm just gonna get 2 bottles.
Here, I'm gonna give you a big cup like this.
Okay. I'm gonna give my bag. I'm going home.
You are not going to have
Shit, I ain't feeling good with you.
you.
Every time I heard something go wrong.
Stop.
I'm gonna go home.
Do you want another one? If so, just let me know.
That'll be okay for now. Thank you.
I want to point out something real quick. Do you see how helpful this pedestrian was? I'm just saying, do you see how helpful she was? My thought process is, if you're treating people with respect, not one time did the Army officer curse at the police officers, call them out their names. I think once he got sprayed, I think that's when he said, hey, this is fucked up. But not one time did he raise his voice to the point where you would think that he was aggressive. Once he said, hey, I'm a lieutenant in the military, let me tell y'all something. There are certain things that happen where the situation should be de-escalated. He's identifying that I'm not just an average soldier, that I'm an officer in the military. Okay. Well, with being an officer, that's a little bit more prestigious, to some people. So I would think that I need to handle this with a little bit more finesse. You are a corporal in the Marines. So once he identified he was an officer, you should have handled the situation with a little bit more finesse, with a little bit more respect. Just like this pedestrian was like, yes, sir, officer, gotcha, officer, yeah. A little bit finesse. Now, I want you to watch the conversation and how it unfolds and what ended up happening with this officer. The Army officer, not the police officer. But I want you to watch how all of a sudden the narrative changes, because you got to think about it. You pulled him over at gunpoint. You sprayed him in the face with pepper spray inside a vehicle where he had an animal that was caged. And you got to think about how long they were tussling with him in that pepper spray, because he didn't have any windows down. So now the dog is really in the back of this SUV choking while they're telling this guy to get on the ground, and they just sprayed him. And then they're handcuffing him, putting more weight on him. So think about the George Floyd incident and how he couldn't breathe. So you telling me if I spray you with pepper spray and then put you on the ground and I get on top of you and try to handcuff you, you're saying that is reasonable? You're saying that makes sense? And people wonder why it's such a disdain for certain people in law enforcement, because of situations like this. People are not thinking you just sprayed him. What else is he gonna do? Have your partner pull out his service weapon or whatever, keep it readily available, and stand, a reasonable enough distance away, and then you make sure that the vehicle should already been turned off, but you make sure that there's no one in that vehicle that can now jump out on you or do anything. It's crazy. Absolutely ridiculous.
pause. A simple traffic stop.
It's dark over there. Those areas are dark. I did not feel comfortable.
All right, sir.
Those areas are dark.
Hold on,
have you a cup of water.
for you.
You want to pour it on my face?
It's gonna make it worse. You know that, right?
All right. So if it's gonna make it worse, don't do it then.
Yeah, it's gonna reactivate it and make it worse. They're right here.
They're here.
Where are the medics?
They're here.
I need them to talk to me. What's
They're right
going
here
on?
beside you.
What's up, man? What can you do to help me out right now? I didn't commit any crimes. I'm leaving tonight. I'm not going to jail. I need something to be done for my eyes.
Nothing I can do to help you with your eyes.
Can you wipe my face? Can you do something?
You notify 801.
They refuse to get out. We have told them to get out. Try to take it out.
Keep your handcuffs on you for their sake. Until they can figure out what's up, but why do you want to stop for them? They're probably going to leave you.
It was a dark area. Pulled over to a well-lit place.
That's fine. You can tell him that.
I told him that, and that's why I don't understand why I'm still in
Sir, how do you say your last name?
Nazario.
Okay, Mr. Rosario. I know this doesn't make a lot of sense to you, but the more that you blink, it's going to cause your eyes to tear, and it's going to get that burning out, okay? So blink for me.
You understand what he's saying?
The more that you blink your eyes, it's going to
Make
cause
your eyes
tearing.
tear up. Your natural tears have
I need to
failed
blow my
you.
nose. Can I please blow my nose? Can you
Blow right in
take
here.
the coke?
Go ahead, let it out. That'll help. Just step around here. Wipe my nose. Mr. Rosario, do you have any you take your medication on a regular basis?
No.
Are you allergic to anything?
I got you. All right.
Can you please take the cuffs off me? There's nothing going on. There's nothing wrong. Come on. This is not...
Obviously there is because you wouldn't comply with us. All we did is ask you to get out of the car. And you refused. You said, no, I'm not getting out of the car.
I was asking what was going on. My hands are out the
And
window.
we told you it's a traffic stop and you refused to comply. So hold on. Before we get to that, my medics are still here. You still need my medics?
Yes, I want to stay here.
We'll stand by them.
Okay.
We'll stay here as long as you need us.
So that's an issue.
But how long does this take to wear off?
You just come out of rookie school. How long does pepper spray activate?
It'll take about 20 minutes, man. 20, 30 minutes.
It's just
The more, I'm telling you, I know it doesn't make sense, but the more you blink, the better it's going to be. I didn't believe the guys when they told me either, okay? But the more you blink, the better it's going to get.
They go through this stuff in their
very
training.
anxious. Can you please take the cuffs off
No.
me? Please. I need to relax. Okay.
If we hadn't fought us, then yeah,
I did not fight you. Look, can you adjust this, please? To my wrist, can you please?
They can lock them.
Please.
When I take your arms out, do not pull away, okay?
I'm not going to pull away. I'm asking you to please work with me.
I'm going to work with you as much as you'll work with me.
My grandmother is retired NYPD.
All right, what do you want to do with this hand? All right. Where's your ID at, sir?
I believe it's in this soldier pocket.
Here?
Yes. You feel something rectangular?
Where are you stationed at, Mr. Nazario?
I'm coming from
In your pocket. Zipper?
down.
Oh, zipper, okay.
I'm coming from a medical event. I'm a medical officer.
All right, I'll put your wallet back in here, okay?
What'd y'all do? Exercise today?
Do you have...
We're preparing for a deployment. So
Thank you.
Let me see the military
Daniel?
Yes, sir.
Check. What about that?
Where are you
I
stationed
saw
at?
shit all day. I can't see shit without my eyes.
My unit, you got it. I'll get that from you in a minute.
That's all I'm supposed to do. If you just stepped out the car when we told you to, we'd be done by now. It's a simple traffic. This is a traffic violation.
Mr. Nazario, look, you want to stop in a well-lit area because you're nervous.
Yes.
The whole BLM movement, you're probably nervous and all that. They feel the same.
So y'all heard what he just said, right? You heard what he just said. The whole BLM movement, the Black Lives Matter movement. You probably all nervous and all that. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, fuck he got to do with that? He's in the military, ladies and gentlemen, right? You're an officer, right? You're a police officer. He's in the military. We shouldn't be talking black and white, because if you're talking black and white, he's the only black guy out there. You should have left that whole statement out of the goddamn conversation. You see what I'm saying? How motherfuckers are not trained, but they should be trained on what to say and how to respond. That should have never came into the situation. And then here's another thing. I know this. I'm about to piss somebody off. I know this comes as a shock to some people, but just because you have dark skin does not automatically make you a black person. Does not make you. He didn't even ask him, do you identify with being African American? Is that your race? No, I'm just going to assume that, with the whole BLM thing, we're nervous and you're nervous. I want you to really hear this, because I thought that was a ridiculous statement to make, especially if it's about you protecting and serving people. Why the hell? Why would you say anything about Black Lives Matter? It has nothing to do with that. But here we go. Let's hear it again.
This is a traffic violation.
Mr. Nazario, look, you want to stop in a well-lit area because you're nervous.
Yes.
The whole BLM movement, you're probably nervous and all that. They feel the same way. They're nervous for their jobs and their lives. I get where you're coming from. They get where you're coming from. But let's let this.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you guys a real simple question. When did this Army officer, this young lieutenant, make the police nervous? When did he make them nervous? When did he when did he get irate to the point where I'm about to shoot somebody? Hell no. First of all, now you're talking to him instead of just having a conversation with him from the beginning. It's crazy. Now we're going to be civilized, but I want you to watch how this plays out, because you got to think about it. This man was thrown on the ground. This man was pepper sprayed. This man was embarrassed, right? In his uniform. And then while you have another man trying to say that those other officers want to get home safely, et cetera, you don't think that Army officer wants to get home safely? You don't think that Army officer, obviously he's in a rural area, right? Since you got to go to a mile to a well-lit area, you can tell by the story it was a rural area. But I want you to think about this. A black man, and I'm pointing this out because it's important. A black man surrounded by no one who looks like him, no other uniform in regards to military service members around him that are active. So he's a unicorn. He's a special entity. Black man, nice car, uniform. Oh, wait a minute. And then this guy brings up the BLM. I know you're nervous because of the BLM. Why would he be nervous about the BLM? If you're not giving him a reason to be nervous. He done had 2 guns drawn on him, been thrown on the ground, pepper sprayed, and disrespected and humiliated. Why would he be nervous?
This pepper spray kind of wear off and stuff, and then just have an intelligent conversation with them.
Driving all the way down here. First of all, you passed the well-lit parking lot there, but okay, you felt uncomfortable here, okay? Coming here was not the problem. That was not the problem. The problem is when you refuse to get out of the car. Okay? You refuse to get out of the car. When we got here and you stepped out of the car, I can promise you, this would have been over by now. It's not over. You'd be gone.
Look, like he said, he's a vet. He don't want to get you in no trouble with him, man.
You know what's so funny about this, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to let this thing play out, but he's mentioning the Army command. Let me tell you something, man. Again, shout out to all my military members. The Army is so fucked up when it comes to military justice. It's crazy. Now, they would have took something like this, especially this guy being an officer, and he got stopped by the police. They would have took this and gave this young man a damn Gomar, some type of reprimand, saying, "Oh well, you were disrespecting the police." Now, clearly on this goddamn thing, we're going to see the end result. But I wanted to show you guys, especially my active duty members or whatever case may be, that listen to my podcast. I want you to see the end result of this right here. And what this police officer says about the military and the justice system. Now, this is a former veteran of the military, a former corporal in the Marines. However, I want you to hear what he explains to this young lieutenant about the military and double jeopardy. Now, granted, if the officers did not find that he did anything wrong, right? They did not make an arrest. They just stopped him, right? However, the military would have saw it differently. The military would have said that he was in the wrongdoing. And I want you to listen very carefully to what he says or whatever case may be. Because I think it's absolutely ridiculous that if the civilians say, well, you ain't do nothing wrong, you good, we didn't find any fault. However, when it comes to the military, now we're going to do something else. Double jeopardy. Listen to it.
That's wearing off a little bit now.
Here's what's so funny. Now he's Mr. Y'all notice, right? Mr. Sir. Very, very polite. All this over a damn traffic stop. This is crazy. And again, do you see any other black people around? There's only one black guy on the screen and he in handcuffs. Then the guy says, well, I just want you to have an intelligent conversation with him. As if he's not going to have an intelligent conversation. You got to tell him to have an intelligent conversation. Y'all see the foolery going on? Let me let this shit play.
You can see a little better.
Okay, very good. So we're progressing. We're getting there.
Where you stay at? I'm heading to Petersburg now. Check on some family stuff. I got a bunch of gear in the vehicle. I'm transferring units right now. My vehicle's loaded up with gear. Like, No, specifically, he was asking about weapons. What kind of weapons you got there?
It's right there. I'm sure he's sorry already.
No, I mean, you just got a handgun or you got a long gun?
A handgun. A long gun? Where's it at?
I got it.
Like you said, don't worry about their safety. Like you worry about you.
Yeah, he came back with it. On a firearm. X-ray Delta 996874. XD 996874.
One unit, Portsmouth to Norfolk.
They haven't told you where your next deployment is?
We're going to, we're being split up. I don't know if I'm going to be in Kuwait or Afghanistan. I'm at the...
Going to Sandbox. Alright, you're not having no chest pain, no short of breath.
No, is my dog okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my brother's checking on it. All the way to that, right there.
You alright if I pop the trunk?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Pop. Hey, Pop.
All this time that dog was in the car. All this time that dog was in the car.
Thank you.
Carrie, dog, what you on deployment or staying with family? I'm making arrangements for that now. If I could, I would take them. That's my kid. Okay, do me a favor. Go ahead and have a seat in your bumper right there, okay? I don't want you to fall down. I don't want you to hold on to this. So just, relax right there. Tell me, what happened? Why wouldn't you comply? I looked out the mirror and I saw guns drawn. I put my hands out. And we told you, we identified ourselves, we told you to step out of the vehicle, and you wouldn't. All you had to do was comply, and we'd have been done by now, okay? Just trust me, as far as...
Square one, okay? I turned around on you at Food Line. I actually came out of Cost Plus, and I came up behind you.
I saw you before you turned.
And you had no tags displayed. I see it, but per the law, it has to be in the license plate bracket. I understand it's paper, and I understand why it's there.
Yes.
But at that time, I had no idea. I didn't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, I stopped you because I didn't see the tags, but it's right there. Think about this. I want you guys to think about this. I stopped. Oh yeah, it's right there. So why not just say you don't have, when you stopped him, you don't have the damn tag showing so he can tell you it's back there. Let me pop the trunk so you can see it. However, 9 times out of 10, the dealer is the person that put the damn tags up there. 9 times out of 10, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, I just got the vehicle. The dealer placed the tags there. Hey, I was out the door. This is totally unnecessary. This is totally ridiculous. And this is the reason why there's so much tension between civilians, pedestrians, and damn, law enforcement. Because it's over the top. And then at this particular point, why is he still in handcuffs, ladies and gentlemen? Why is he still in handcuffs? Because by now you've already ran the plates. You know the vehicle belongs to him. You checked out the firearm. The firearm is legal. Again, why is he still in handcuffs? There are not enough people outraged about this type of nonsense. That is the reason why I'm having this commentary. And it's so funny because I actually said I shared this information with other YouTubers or whatever kids be, other content creators. And it was like, oh, well, I don't know if I want to talk about it. It's interesting to see what people want to talk about. And just for them to talk about nonsense and totally skip past this, people do not want to have a tough conversation, ladies and gentlemen. Until something happens to them, then they want people to rally for them. That go for family and friends. It's crazy that we don't have conversations that matter. We'll talk about the latest episode and reality shows and the new songs, but we won't talk about shit that matters. It's not a racial conversation. This is a situation conversation that involves everybody. Because this can be anyone. This could be anyone's child, anybody's husband, anybody's son. And I'm disappointed that people do not value conversations such as these until it's too late. Black Lives Matter need to do a better job at getting the information out about police reform. Stop being so reactive and start being proactive. We're doing a lot to separate ourselves and segregate ourselves, but it's not a lot of togetherness and talking. These two men, one police officer, one army officer, should not be at this crossroad. It should not have arose to this situation. Should not have escalated to where it did. There is no reason to have him handcuffed right now, and you see how long it took them to actually open up the trunk so the dog could breathe. Absurd. Absurd. Here we go.
I know that you had a vehicle registration until I approached your car, and at that point, I was too busy dealing with you to deal with the tag. Want me to wipe your eyes?
Ladies and gentlemen, he said, I didn't know you had a vehicle registration until I approached the car. Ladies and gentlemen, when you stopped him, you should have told him what you stopped him for. I'm about to piss somebody off. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a military police officer or a civil or a regular police officer, simple questions. Answer the question. Why are you stopping me? It's not a damn riddle. It's not a goddamn trigonometry problem. Answer the question. Why are you stopping me? So I can get the fuck out of here and you can go on about your business protecting and serving. This is not protecting and serving. This is bullying. This is harassment. This is degrading. It's ridiculous. I didn't notice you had a registration until I approached the car. You didn't tell him that that's what you wanted to see. Am I missing something, folks? Am I missing something? Don't pull your gun out on me, then talk about, I want to see your ID. Well, which one is it, goddammit? You want me to stay still or you want me to give you my ID? Which one is it? I got one officer telling me something else, the other officer telling me something else, and both of you motherfuckers got guns in my face. What you want me to do? Simple answers. Simple statements. Sir, I didn't see a car registration. Is your vehicle registered? Yes. Cool. What I want you to do is, I want you to roll down all the windows so we have visibility. Are there any occupants in the vehicle? Do you have any weapons in the vehicle? Okay, sir, great. This is what I want you to do. What I want you to do is I want you to get out and I want you to stand beside the vehicle. Okay, I want you to turn around and put your hands on the vehicle. You're not under arrest. What we're doing is I want to make sure you're safe and we're safe. Once you get closer to the vehicle as the officer, because you already have another officer with a service weapon drawn, then you then approach the vehicle and then you ask him, where is your license and registration located at in your vehicle? You either allow him to get it while you're standing there watching him, and you're not in the shooting foresight of your partner, so that way he has a clear view, and you allow him to get the shit that he needs to get, and then y'all can get out of there. Your delusional commands, your lack of communication skills is crazy. And then just to act like, oh well, now we're just gonna talk about it as if you're chastising him. Well, yeah, I see that your car is registered. I see that your firearm is registered. But if you would have just, you brought this on yourself. That's what he's trying to tell him. You brought this on yourself. Well, you never identified why I needed to get out the car. You never identified why I needed to get out the car until after you pepper sprayed me and threw me on the ground and handcuffed me. After I laid on the ground with you on top of me, listening to my dog choke inside a vehicle where you didn't open up the trunk until 15 to 20 minutes later. Come on, y'all.
So, look, all this was going to be was, hey man, I stopped you, you didn't have a tag, you got your driver's license, I'd have ran you, and you'd have been on your way, okay? What would have been a 2-minute traffic stop turned into all this?
As I was telling him, I've pulled over to well-lit areas before, and I've never looked out the window and saw a gun blazing immediately.
So the reason we did that is because we followed you for 1.5 miles with lights and sirens on, and you didn't pull over. I understand you want to get to a well-lit area. I get that. But when we follow you that long, look at the climate this day, and against everybody, against us, against y'all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What the fuck he talking about against us, against y'all? I want to be. Let me take the high road here. Maybe he's saying against police officers and military service members, because here's the thought process, y'all. What's happening with military service members? I haven't seen anyone come out against military service members and say a bunch of bad shit. So the only thing he could be possibly talking about against white people and black people. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I could be wrong. But again, you're making this a racial situation. Make it a racial situation, and guess what? You're going to probably lose in court, sir. Because you stopped a black man in a black tinted vehicle that obviously looked new. And he's driving through a small town, and you guys decide to do all of this because it's probably the most action. Matter of fact, the person that's talking to him right now, ladies and gentlemen, is the rookie. The rookie is talking to him. The rookie made this call. The rookie is the one that racially profiled this young man. You see the nonsense, the bureaucracy in this shit. You see the craziness. The rookie made the call. Now, how many seasoned veterans would have been like, you know what? Hey, let me just stop him. Why pull out your guns? Why pull out your guns? One officer approaches the driver's side, the other is on the adjacent side, so that way to make sure that everything is copacetic. Something to think about. Here we go.
I'm not out to hurt you, and I know you don't want to hurt me. That's not what it's about. What it's about is making sure that everybody goes home at the end of the day. So when you don't stop and you continue to proceed, our suspicions are raised. What's going on in the car? What don't he want us to see? So you pull into here, and if you would have just complied with the simple commands that we were giving you originally, it would have been done and over with, and you would have got back on your car and you'd be gone by now. But you wouldn't get out the car. You wouldn't comply.
It was just looking out the mirror and seeing your guns out already. That's what I was asking, like, what's going on? I was just...
And not to mention you have...
Just confused.
I know you weren't reaching, but not to mention you had a gun at your right leg. You get our perspective, though? on the safety issue for us as well? You get that?
Yeah, I do.
Shut up. Just shut up. You didn't know he had a gun in the vehicle. You didn't know he had a dog in the vehicle. The only thing that you knew that it was a black man in a black vehicle that had tinted windows. Let's just be real. Call it what it is. You can't explain this shit away. You can't explain this shit away. So don't try. Let's just be real. I'm just saying. Let's just be real. All of this nonsense talking about, first of all, if he stopped the vehicle, right? And if you did pull out your weapons or whatever case may be, I understand the safety of it all and I get it. My thought process is simply this. It's simply this. Give reasonable commands. Give reasonable commands. There was no reason to separate him from the vehicle. Because you got to think about it. If you see somebody on the highway, they just don't automatically pull over when the police want them. No, they're going to drive until they get somewhere where they can pull over. So obviously he said he was driving to a well-lit area. He stopped the vehicle and now it's like, okay, it's go time. And that's the problem when you have policemen that never have been inside situations like this and don't have a reasonable understanding. And I get it. Understood. Hey, it's a tricky job. It's a tricky job. You got some criminals out there, some people that do wrongdoing. My thought process is you should have de-escalated. The police should have de-escalated the situation. There was no reason for him to be yanked out the car because you never asked him how many occupants do you have in the car. You never asked him to roll down the windows. You never asked him did he have a weapon. So all of this unnecessary shit about yanking him out the car was unnecessary. There was no reason to get out the car.
I do, and that's why I put my hands out and I was asking what.
And when you put your hands out, they were like this outside the window. How do we know nothing's in your hands? And I was telling you, stick your hands out, stick your hands out, stick your hands out. Then I was having you step out. You wouldn't do any of it. You following what I'm saying? Okay? So this can go one or two ways, okay? I don't want to hem you up. I'm going to be straight up with you. You're a good man. You've made lieutenant in the Army. How hard was that? That wasn't an easy task, was it?
No, it wasn't.
And what would this do to your career?
It would hurt it. And I'm in the middle of getting promoted right now anyway, so yeah.
To what, captain or first lieutenant?
To first lieutenant.
Okay. So and then when we get you out of the car, we have to wrestle with you on the ground just to get your hands behind your back, just to put you in cuffs, just for the safety matter. You following where we're at? I mean, what would you do if you came across that overseas, you know? If you were infantry and you came across that? You follow me? You see where we're coming from? I'm trying to work with you as much as I can. I would have never wanted, like I said, it would have been a simple, you know, hey, I see your tag now. You know, make sure you get a display in the proper spot, and you'd have been moving on with your day, and I'd have been moving on with mine. But here we are.
How's your eyes doing, Lieutenant? Better. And I keep calling you Lieutenant. I told you I'm a veteran. I respect rank. Okay, I was a corporal in the Marine Corps. I respect rank. However, I do have a job to do. Okay, I just talked about Chief of Police. You asked for a superior. He's off, obviously, right now. Saturday. I called him. He came out. We talked. Here's how what I was thinking. I told him what I wanted to do. He said that's no problem. Two ways we can handle this. We can either sit here with you until you get your eyes back where you can see, and I mean at a good distance so you're safe to drive, okay? And you're going down the road. Go to your deployment, go continue serving my country, which I respect and I thank you for, okay? Or we can push the issue, write you tickets for no license plate displayed and for obstruction of justice. I don't even go that route because that route makes the Army get involved, and I know how they are. You don't know this. The Army, he'll vouch for it because he's been in and he's got friends that are legal officers. I know. The military is the only place. The military is the only place where double jeopardy exists legally. Because whatever we do to him, the Army can turn around and jam him for the same thing. I don't want to see that happen. You're obviously a second lieutenant. You ain't been in very long. But if you plan on making this a career or even 6 years or whatever, it's up to you. I don't care. There's no need getting this on your record. I don't want to record. However, it's entirely up to you. If you want to fight it and argue, I mean, and I don't mean that disrespectfully, okay? I mean, you have that right as a citizen. if that's what you want, we'll charge you, have you go to court, notify the command, do all that, or we could take time out of our night, which is not a problem. We're being paid to take care of people, okay? We'll sit here with you, get your eyes back. You and, what's your dog's name? Smoke. Smoke? It's a badass name for a badass dog. You and Smoke can get on down the road, okay? It's entirely up to you. What do you want to do? I got no problem. I'll sit here with you till you get your eyes back and send you on down the road, okay? I don't want to charge you. I will. It's my job. But I don't want to. The chief's giving me discretion on how to handle it. He's like, these are the two choices. I said, that's what I was thinking. That's what I want to do. He's like, not a problem. We can either let it go, help him out, get his eyes back, and get him on down the road so the Army doesn't get involved, or we can charge you, and then it's a big hassle for you. It doesn't change my life one way or the way. You see what I'm saying? It's not about me. This is about you. What you want to do. If you want to just chill, let this go, and no charges filed, we'll take the handcuffs off, we'll get you a bottle of water you can drink on, and sit here until you feel comfortable driving. All right? Or the other option is we write the summons, discharge you, by then we have no choice. We have to notify your command. And again, I don't have to be an ass. I don't have to be threatening. I say that because that's just the way it is. Okay? I just talked to my boss. Those are the two choices that he gave me. Personally, as a veteran who served, okay, I did 6 years before. My wife's a retired sailor. She retired as a EA out of the Navy. Okay? I don't want to see you get jammed up by the Army. Okay? I don't want to see it happen. If you need to spit, just let us know. Go ahead and spit. We've both been sprayed, so we know what it's like. It sucks. If you need to spit, go ahead and spit. You're not going to offend us. All right. What do you want to do, Lieutenant? I'll let you tell me, because
nobody's going to ask for charges, so I'm not going to ask for that.
I understand that. However, I have to make that option available to you, right? I have to. So here's what I want to do. Especially as calm as you've been since everything ended, I'm going to take the handcuffs off, let you sit here with Smoke. We'll sit here and wait with you. Let your eyes come back. Okay, because it takes anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes depending on how much actually got in the eyeball itself before you can really see well how to drive, especially at night. Okay? We'll sit here with you, and then we'll get you on down the road. And the command won't know nothing about it. All right?
I do have a good rapport with my command, so I wouldn't feel right not talking to them about it. So
that's entirely on you. I'll put it this way then for you. They're going to hear from you. They will not hear from us. I'll give you that much respect, okay? Because I understand. I told you, I was in for 6 years. It's always better for the command to hear it first from you than somebody else, especially the law enforcement. That's never a good thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think you guys understand where this conversation is going. I think you guys understand what you're witnessing and what you've seen. So let me just say this. If you guys get stopped by the police, it's best just to ensure that you guys just follow the directions that's given. Just follow the directions. Don't make no sudden moves. Hopefully your phone. Everyone should have somewhere where they can position their phone so that way it can record what's happened. Audio, video, both if you can, but at least, or call someone so that way, But again, no sudden moves. You know what I'm saying? So that way you can get home. Again, we know that there are good police officers out there. There are good military personnel out there. And salute to you guys, but there are a couple bad apples. And I believe that this is a conversation that we definitely need to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, I want you guys to stay blessed, stay motivated, and definitely adult up. I'll holler at y'all. Peace.
You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So, what'll I make you? Good?